The new league, and we'll start with you, Justin, head coach of the club. The new league starting up in the United States. What's the reception been like? And you guys are gonna start with, I think, 5, 6 teams to start with, and then more will be joining soon.
To be announced, but somewhere between 6 and 8 teams for Major League Rugby starting in the spring. And we're very excited about it. It's over some of the bigger cities in the US with expansion over the next couple of years. So it's going to be pretty cool.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty good. And this is one of those things where soccer, like 20 years ago, everyone was talking about, like, man, this is the next big thing. And once you start watching rugby, we watched a lot of it during the Olympics last summer, and they were playing 7s, I believe. Yeah. So it was a shorter game. You guys are going to be playing 15s, which is a little bit longer. It is an 80-minute match. Yeah. It is fun. When you start watching the shorter version, you're like, man, this is fun, and it flies by. The level of excitement for the fans, like, what have you guys noticed from last year, the Olympics carrying over? Is that one of the reasons why the league is launching? Anything like that?
I think it's certainly helped. The exposure the game's been getting in the US has been gradually growing. It's one of the fastest growing sports, if not the fastest growing sport, over the last 5 years in the US. So there's been a lot of positive exposure. NBC have picked up a lot of the games on TV, as of ESPN. So very exciting in that regard. And I think the time's right for professional rugby in the United States.
You're from Ireland, Justin.
Northern Ireland, yeah.
Northern Ireland. Is Conor McGregor going to win?
I hope so.
You do?
Yeah, I really do.
I don't think he's got much of a prayer there, Justin, if you want to know the truth.
Yeah. We can have a friendly little bet on that.
All right, we can do. Of course, you're getting good odds on that, too. Don't bet with me. You're going to get better odds than here, okay?
49 to 1 or something.
Yeah, right. We'll see what happens, but that'll be fun. So, assistant coach and backs coach Sam Windsor is with us as well here. Teaching America is going to be the difficult part, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. I've only been in the States 8 months now, 9 months. These guys have been here a bit longer, and coming from Australia originally and then playing rugby in Europe, we take for granted the fact that we play rugby from year 5, 6 years old. So the skill level is sort of ingrained into the players from an early age overseas. So to come here and you get the crossover athletes who are unbelievable athletes, but that transition from basketball or track or football to rugby just takes a lot longer. So I think that's probably been the most challenging factor as a player and a coach, is expecting boys to have a skill level a bit higher than what it actually is. But as a coach, that's also an exciting thing, because I get to work with these players and bring them up, bring that skill level up so that they can compete with the rest of the world who are ahead of the game.
And that's what Matt is here for as well, is you're going to be running the academy here. So we're going to have a youth academy to teach youngsters how to play.
Yep, so very soon we're going to have an academy that goes from youth, maybe the first time I've ever seen a rugby ball, all the way up to the development academy team that feeds into our top squad. So we're looking to have youth and high school activation with kids who already play, go into areas of those who may be less fortunate and haven't seen the game and give them opportunities to play the game, all the way up to the senior men's team.
Wow, that's awesome. So this isn't just hey, come in and we got a league and let's see what happens. This is a long-term plan for the development of the game here in the United States.
Yeah, so it was very intentional from our ownership, our president, everything like that we have to engage the community and make the game better, years down the line. So that's an agreement we have with the city. Excuse me. So we're going to areas that they may not have seen rugby, and those less fortunate in the inner cities and things like that, we're going to go and put rugby programming on for those kids. We're also going to have coach, parent, youth jamborees and activities where they get to experience the game and see the real value of it. And then obviously those who are more competitive and closer to the top team will have a chance to try and make it.
So what are we looking for? Big, strong, fast kids? Is that what we want?
That helps.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, be good. I don't know if you know this, other sports want those too.
Seems like everybody wants
everybody wants that.
Yeah. Well, and the beautiful thing about rugby is it's a game for all shapes and sizes. So, with the dropout rate in other traditional American sports, there's an opportunity for guys and girls to continue being an athlete and coming into rugby.
Yeah, we're talking about guys and girls, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Yeah. Neat. And so there's going to be a pro women's league as well.
Not initially, but I'm
in
sure
the future?
only a matter of time before that.
But you want girls to come out and
yeah, I mean,
and learn.
there's over 40 programs of youth, high school, clubs and colleges within the Greater Houston area. So there's lots of opportunity for boys and girls, men and women to play rugby.
So where is this league going to be? Obviously, so big down under, and in Europe. Like, is this going to be like minor leagues? Is this going to be what's the talent level going to be in the United States to start?
I think there's a great opportunity in this country. I really do, with the athletic pool that Houston, Texas, America, the USA has for people to fall in love with rugby and to get on board and be competitive. So that's definitely our vision here within the city, and I know that our partners in the other teams around the country feel strongly about it as well. And I think it's only a matter of time before we really start competing on a world stage. We get these incremental parts all in place.
We got the Strikers Rugby Club. They're going to be here in Houston, launching pretty soon. You also have a tryout now on the 19th. So if you're listening and you've played on a college club team or any kind of high school
or not,
team, whatever,
you played football
or
whatever.
anything. So even if you have any kind of athletic talent, any aspiration, they can come out on the 19th. Where can they come try out?
We're going to be at Athlete Training and Health, the North facility up on Stubler Airline Road. It's going to be from 8 till 12 o'clock, Saturday morning into the afternoon. And we had our first one 6 weeks ago, about 4 weeks ago, so 4 or 5 weeks ago. We had a great turnout. We had 30 guys there turn up and really put in some trying conditions. It was near on 100 degrees, and these boys were putting through their paces and put in some good performances. So I think we're almost at double the number for this combine. So I think the first one really generated some interest, and we signed a couple of players from that first combine.
You did.
So players have seen there is an actual opportunity there, and if they're willing to put their hand up and work, then we're going to give them opportunities.
So are you trying to get mostly from the different cities that you're playing in, players from there, or they'll come from all over?
A bit of both. We want to have a strong Houston flavour here. We believe in the rugby playing talent that's here and the athletic pool that's here. So there will be a good portion of the squad made up locally, but there'll be other guys that come in from around the country, and we've also signed some overseas players as well. So it'll be a mixed bag, locally, nationally, internationally.
So do you guys look at football players like, come on, you got all that gear on. Come on, you got all that equipment on, boys. All right, now play like us with nothing on, right? I mean, honestly, well, we talk about head injuries here.
Yeah.
I don't know that. I'm not sure. I don't have any idea how many head injuries you guys have. But the thought is, if you don't have a helmet on, you're not going to lead with your head, so you're going to have fewer head injuries.
Yeah, I mean, we look at tackling in a very different way to football. It's a lot safer, and we believe a lot more efficient. Takes the head out of the tackle situation. So statistically, concussions are a lot lower. I mean, with any sport, you can't rule them out, but we have very progressive return to play rules and procedures within rugby to look after the athlete. That's a primary focus, and as I say, statistically, it's a lot safer.
Yeah, and if you look at a lot of the forward-thinking coaches in the NFL, college, and high school, they're actually doing drills now that don't involve helmets, so that players have to learn how to do a shoulder-led tackle, which is from rugby. So I think in my opinion, it's only a matter of time before we see a lot more shoulder-led tackles in the NFL, because the concussion scare is something that's very serious and is hurting the lower levels of play, especially at the youth level. So I mean, it's only a matter of time before everyone adapts to that model. It's just sort of getting their head around the traditions, I'd say. Facebook.com/StrikersRugby is where you can go learn more information about the tryouts, all the information about the club. Facebook.com/StrikersRugby. Are you guys going to be doing any kind of watch parties where you can teach new fans how to watch it? Because I think that's a huge part of it, is when people learn to watch a sport correctly, then they get into it, they know what to look for. Are you guys going to do any kind of watch parties?
I think we actually had this discussion with the president last week, and he had some good ideas about releasing some jovial posts on our social media outlets, just giving people a brief overview of rugby, because it is, to the untrained eye, very complicated and looks like a bunch of headless chicken running around trying to whack each other. And, but if people sit down and we can put some topics they can relate to on it, then they see the fun side of things. And at the end of the day, it's a continuous sport. So they're going there for 80 minutes. They're going to get at least 40 minutes of ball in playtime, at a high pace, at a high intensity, and at a high skill level. You know, you've got guys 1 through 15 on the pitch who touch the ball, pass the ball, kick the ball, and make tackles. So it's, you know, you have to play both sides of the ball, and I think that's really what excites the American public.
What'll probably be challenging for you guys is the nuances, stuff that you just know naturally from playing your whole life, and guys, they won't know because they're just picking it up.
Yeah.
That's probably going to be a difficult part for Americans to pick up. But that, you know, after a while, I'm sure it'll be better. And now, big news too about Constellation Field, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're very excited. So while our stadium's in construction, we're going to be playing from January through to March down at Skeeters Baseball Stadium at Constellation Field.
Yeah.
Wow, big news. You get to work with our friends at
Yeah,
Constellation.
we're loving
very,
Skeeters.
Yeah, we're going
very
to-
excited about
Yeah,
it.
awesome
It's a
people.
fabulous
Yeah.
facility.
And that's a great field. That's a great
Yeah.
stadium.
They take care of it like a major league.
They really do.
It's cool.
They really do. And you guys could tear it up. It's going to be
Exactly,
awesome.
Yeah.
They probably won't have us back next year.
Hey, that's not y'all's problem. Get out.
That's a Skeeter problem. That ain't a striker problem. That's a Skeeter problem. That's really cool. So, and it's going to be a lot of friendlies because the season's going to start up. Now, what's the normal season in rugby? Where's it start and end?
Well, we're in the Northern Hemisphere season, so that generally is September through to May time. So the league will start in the spring, to be concluded when to start, and we're going to be playing through from November through the start of our league program.
You're-
Man, that's gonna be.
From
Yeah.
November
From
through.
November onwards. So we're
Yeah.
assembling the squad at the start of September to train, and then we're going to start playing some exhibition games, some smaller ones, local ones, from November, and then post Christmas we're ready to go at Constellation Field.
The Constellation Field, but those will still be friendlies until March or so. Yeah, still March or so whenever it gets going on. And big cities, you guys. There's going to be another team in Austin, right?
Yes.
That's cool.
Yeah, no, we're very excited about that. It's local partners, local rivals. So
You don't have to worry about them. Austin, they're soft. I lived there for 3 years. They're soft.
They'll all be stoned.
Yeah.
That's what they do there.
Yeah, they're not gonna feel any pain because they're gonna
Yeah,
be
they'll be
high
high.
all the time.
Yeah, those people.
Man, that's cool. What's the normal play schedule overseas, especially in Australia and Fiji? What's the month? Like, what are the months that the leagues run through?
in Northern Hemisphere, it's September through to May.
Same. Okay.
And how often do you play?
Once a week.
Once a week.
Once a week.
Once a week.
So
Man,
we'll be
it's-
playing Friday and Saturday evenings.
So
Yeah.
we went to Fiji for our honeymoon. My wife and I did, and it's kind of like basketball, where on the beach guys are playing pickup rugby.
Yeah.
What's the popularity overseas? Is it the number one sport in Australia? Obviously, over there, I believe it is. But in terms of Europe, is it soccer one and then rugby two? What's it like?
Varies from country to country, but soccer's the world's game.
Yeah.
But rugby's very popular in most of the other countries. New Zealand, Wales, for example, will be number one. But further down the pecking order, elsewhere perhaps.
Okay.
When will the Strikers be taking on the All Blacks?
Not for a while.
No,
To be announced soon.
we're gonna wait on that.
We're going to have to wait on that. We'll let you know.
Well, yeah, please, we'll break it here.
Yeah.
Not
Okay,
a problem.
Yeah, that's
they're pretty good, aren't they?
They are very
They're
good.
pretty good. So that's what you're looking. You're looking for gigantic guys that can run fast and just take as much
Well, as I
punishment
said,
and give as
it's
much.
a game for all shapes and sizes. There's big guys, little guys, fast guys. If you've got some athletic ability and come perhaps from another sport, wrestling, track, field, basketball, football, played rugby, haven't played rugby, come try out. If you've got it in you, we'll bring it out of you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely, cool stuff. Well, the rugby team, the Strikers, are starting up. So what's the website?
Facebook.com/Strikers Rugby. Strikers Rugby. And you can also search it on Facebook if you're there.
Yeah,
All the
Facebook,
information's
Twitter.
up there.
And it's going to be Saturday. It's going to be.
Saturday morning. Be there from about 7:30. Get prepared, and it's going to be hot.
Give them the location again.
Hydrate. We'll be at the ATH Athlete Training and Health on the North facility. So north of the city, up on Stubler Airline Road.
Stubner Airlines.
You just bring your cleats. You don't have to. Just come with your cleats.
Come
on.
hydrated.
Yeah,
That's
come
the big
hydrated.
thing.
Yeah. Nice. That's gonna be cool, man.
Yeah,
It's gonna be
yeah. Please do.
hot.
Well, great stuff, man. We appreciate it. Strikers. We call it Strikers Rugby?
Strikers Rugby,
It's not
yeah.
called football over there. It's called rugby. It's Strikers Rugby, and it'll be coming to Houston. And get out there and see if you can't play. Everybody wants to play. I want to be an athlete. I want to keep on playing. And this is a great way to do it. Get out there and go to the Facebook page.
Facebook.com/Strikers Rugby, all one word. And you can also search it on Facebook. It'll come up, Strikers Rugby.
That's great stuff. Well, welcome.
Thanks,
Welcome,
guys.
guys. You
Thank
guys
you.
talk.
Thanks.
Y'all talk funny, but you know what? I think you'll be okay here. All right. I think
Well, yeah.
Do you
You
speak
talk funny,
English?
man.
Do you speak English mostly, though, right?
Yeah.
I would imagine.
Queen's
Much
English.
Australians.
The Queen's English.
You guys
Variation, yeah.
You gotta start saying y'all. a little
Yeah,
bit
where's
more.
the y'all?
Y'all. Work that in, and then like people are
So
like, oh yeah, they've been
in
here.
Australia, it's use. So
Use?
It's
y'all,
use?
They say use. So,
In
oh,
Chicago, it is too. Hey, use guys over there. What are you doing? Right? But it's
They
different.
learn it from us.
It's use, yeah.
You start saying use around here, people get like uncomfortable.
Yeah, right.
What do you mean use, huh?
Mum will give me a clip over the head.
Yeah.
If I say that.
Great stuff, guys. Well, welcome to Houston. We
Thank you.
appreciate
Thanks
you
for having
being
us.
here. Taking a break live here. I got to talk about being a champion. All you got to do is get to 1560energy.com, 1560energy.com. Call 281-653-5090. Promo code 1560, and you're going to get the best electricity prices that you find in the city. Why?